Alexander Cerebral Palsy Superpowers, written by Leigh. This is book number 3. To Xander, you are an incredible, amazing, and wonderfully made hero. By Ly. Hi, I am Xander, and I have superpowers. That pretty much makes me a superhero. My superpowers come from cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy sounds like cerebral palsy. You got it. Sometimes we shorten it to CP. It's easier to say. I don't really have a red suit of armor that lets me fly, but my mom says I am that awesome with all my equipment, and I think my dog, Oreo, agrees. Most people have no idea that cerebral palsy comes with superpowers. That's why I want to tell you all about mine. But first, let's start with why I have CP. Right before, or maybe while, even after I was born, the part of my brain that was supposed to control my motor skills got hurt. Motor skills are what we use to walk, to talk, to sit, and move around. Basically, my body doesn't do what I want it to do. Cerebral means having to do with the brain. Palsy means difficulty moving. Did you know that CP doesn't look the same in every kid? It could do it could be so mild you might not even notice someone has it, or so severe someone might have to use a walker or a wheelchair. There are 4 kinds of cerebral palsy. Each affects a different part of the body. Spastic muscles are tight or stiff. Adenoid or dyskinetic, hard to control movement. Atasic, poor balance and coordination. Mixed, a combo of 2 or more types. I made a handy dandy book chart to show you which kinds of CP affects what body parts. Look for the color in areas on this figure. Most kids with CP have spastic cerebral palsy. That's what I have. Spastic means my muscles feel tight or stiff. Feel how relaxed your arms or legs can get when you want them to. Mine can't do that. This makes it difficult to do things like move around, play, eat, walk, and talk, because sometimes my brain can't tell my muscles what to do. Guess what happens? You're right, they don't do what I want them to do. But I have been working hard in therapy, and now I don't use my wheelchair or walker as much as I used to. I can even take Oreo for walks. My friend Amy has this kinetic cerebral palsy. This kinetic or atheroid cerebral palsy makes her head, arms, and legs move in ways she can't control. Her muscles can be really stiff or really loose. Most of the time, she has to use a wheelchair. Talking isn't easy, but she has this cool device that speaks for her. You know what else? Emmy loves to ride horses, swim, and play wheelchair sports. She goes to school in a classroom with other kids and is doing great. Friendship helps her on the playground during recess and includes her with when they are playing. Emmy's smart and she knows what's going on around her. She's a real superhero. My buddy Connor has ataxic cerebral palsy. Ataxic CP gives him problems with balance and coordination. He trips and falls a lot. He also has trouble talking. When Connor has little when Connor was little, he couldn't walk, but he's a fighter and one of the most determined kids I know. And today, Connor can walk down the hall using the wall to keep him steady. He loves life and always wears a smile. Oh. Back to me and Oreo and my telepathy. The power choice for today's superhero. When more mortals want to communicate, their brains send signals and they say what they want to say. When I want to communicate, my brain sends signals. Only my mouth doesn't get the message. That's okay. I can tell you what I want telepathically. Close your eyes and wait for it. Did you get my message? Fine. Telepathy isn't actually a real superpower. It sounds cool though, so I'm going with it. Some types of communication use words well, use a few words, use sign language. Not all kids with CP use telepathy like me. Other kids might use talking devices, sign language, words, or a combination of ways to communicate. Remember, a talking device is called a talker. Uses telepathy, movements, gestures, noises, physical expressions to express themselves. Helpful hints for friends. If your friend tries to get your attention, see if you can figure out what she needs. It's probably something in the room or something she likes to do. It can be frustrating at first, but be patient. The more you get to know her, the better you understand her. Always assume your friend knows what's going on around her. Sometimes she won't respond. Other times she'll use noises, laughter, and movements to show you what she wants. A superpower that gets me through the day is my persistent positive attitude. Cerebral palsy might mess with my body, but it can't mess with me. Not much gets me down. In the middle of everything I have to conquer, my super strength, courage, determination, bravery keep me positive. Helpful hints for friends. Your friend has value, worth, and purpose. Just like everyone else, he has good days and bad days. Tell him you believe in him and you are proud of him. Share what you admire about him. Treat him like an equal. Most of all, be kind. My greatest superpower is the dedicated determination. My body fights me all the time. Things most people do without thinking are extra challenging for me, like putting on my shoes or using my talker for communication. That doesn't mean I am weak. Nope, I am super strong. To do everyday things, I have to work hard. But that's okay. I just pull out my superhero equipment and get stuff done. Helpful hints for friends. It can be difficult for your friend to do something that's easy for you. Cheer him on. He's a superhero. Make sure he knows it. It's great for your friends to learn new skills, but sometimes it's also nice to lend a helping hand. A perk of my superhero gig is high-tech superhero equipment. Are you looking for the coolest stuff? Not only do I own it, I use it every single day. Check out my special school bus. There's an elevator outside and a place for my wheelchair inside. I make this bus look good. I also have a stander, a special swing, a wheelchair, a walker, a a bike trailer, and a special trike with safety straps. Because of my incredible superpowers, I have my own special force team. My mom calls them my therapy team. We train together every week. My physical therapist is in charge of my whole body, superpowers like straightening, stretching, and walking. She also makes sure my equipment fits. My occupational therapist works on fine tuning my finger movements, my hand skills, sensory integration stuff, and eating strategies. Basically, we do things that help me with everyday activities. My speech pathologist is my communication commando. She helps with any talking issues I have and figures out the best way for me to let others know what I want or need. My special force team helped me harness my superpowers. These awesome people love me, teach me new skills, and always cheer me on. They get very excited when I try new things. Helpful things, helpful hints for friends. Therapy is tough, but keeping my muscles stretched and strong and working on a balance is so important. Hand skills and sensory activities can be exhausting. Learning new ways to communicate can be frustrating. Find ways to encourage your friend not to give up. Maybe you can even do activities and exercises with him. I have a special assistant at school. She's my superhero psychic. Batman has Robin, the Lone Ranger has Tonto, and I have Kelly, Xander, and Kelly. That sounds cool because she is cool. She helps me get around school and makes sure I am where I am supposed to be. Every great superhero has a nemesis. Mine is my super selective muscular strength. My body resists me. Sometimes it makes sudden movements I wasn't planning on. That can seem scary to other people. I might want to put my hand on the table gently, but instead my brain sends a signal to hit the table really hard. The muscle that makes that movement are really strong. I can't always control them. So if you see me move unexpectedly, don't worry. It's just my super selective muscular strength taking over. Helpful hints for friends. If your friend gets excited or scared, you can help him by making sure he's safe. Watch that he doesn't hit his head on something or fall. If your friend is tired or stressed, his arms and legs won't want to listen to what his brain wants them to do. When he slaps the table or kicks something, he might look alarmed or upset. Don't worry. Just be calm and get an adult if you feel like something is wrong. We interrupt this broadcast, I mean book, to bring you questions and answers with Sender and Oreo. You have questions, I have answers, or you're just here for support. Why does your whole arm move that way? My arm can get really stiff, especially if I am tired or stressed. Question. I can ask your questions about your wheelchair? Yes, my mom or I will be happy to tell you all about my ride. Why do you use a wheelchair when you can walk? It takes tons of energy to walk. It can even hurt a lot. I use my wheelchair when I am worn out or need to go a longer distance. Why do you walk different than me? Sometimes my muscles make it hard to walk, and when I am tired, my legs don't listen very well to my brain. What are you wearing on your feet? AFO. Ankles Foot Orthodontist. Orthodontics. They help me stand and walk. Orthodontics. Do you want to hang out with me on the playground? Absolutely. I love hanging out with friends, especially if we play things I can do. If I am in my wheelchair, offer to push me where we are going. If I am walking, wait for me. A good friend doesn't leave anyone behind. How do I talk to and hang out with kids with cerebral palsy? Smile and say, "Hi, my name is." You want hang out? Most kids with cerebral palsy understand as much as you do, even if they can't speak. Talk about things you like, your dog, family, sports, sport teams. Don't worry if someone has a hard time talking or can't talk at all. Smile and treat kids with CP like any other friend. Don't lean or hang on their wheelchairs or walkers. Don't be nervous. Do smile, stay calm, and have fun. As an important and valuable part of my family, I like to be where my people are. I go where my family goes. If they go on an adventure, I go on an adventure. We love to swim in our pool, bike in the park, and play at the beach. My brother and sisters think I am fun to hang with. My dad calls me his X-Man. We like to laugh together. My mom says I am kind and compassionate. When someone in my family is sad, I'm ready to help. And by the way, Ori and I always up for ice cream dates. Aww. Your superpowers. All kids have superpowers. You probably have some of the same superpowers as me, and some are unique to you. Write down your name and superpower below. You are important. You are uniquely you. You are a fighter. You have so much value and so much worth. You're incredible. Your worth, your world needs you. The things you can do matter. I want to fit in just like every other kid. I love to watch movies, play games, and have fun with family and friends. There is no one else like me. I have value and worth and an important place in this world. And superpowers. Don't forget my superpowers. You are amazing. Meet Xander. Xander was adopted from Ukraine. He now lives in his forever home in Oklahoma with his mom and dad and three sisters, two brothers, and three dogs, Oreo, Sadie, and Louie. He loves tight hugs, holding hands, and swaying to music. Okay, that means we have read Nathan's Autism Spectrum Superpower. If you would like to listen to it, you can go back and find it in our reading books. We have read Hannah's Down Syndrome Superpowers. Also, it's in our we already read it. If you would like to listen to it, thank you for helping us out. And here's a printable. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You could take a picture and print it out. Don't forget, we are all special and we love you.